Last week we worked on a front standing pose. This week we will be working on a running profile pose. Profile is a word we use in art to describe when we see someone from the side. Before we start, I wanted you to see this wooden mannequin. This is a tool that artists can use to look at a pose that somebody is in if they don't have a real person in front of them. So this is what I was looking at as I worked on my drawing. Let's go ahead and start. As last week, we're going to start our drawing by marking 2 fingers from the top of our paper and 1 finger from the bottom of our paper so that we know where the head and the feet are going to be. And now I'm going to mark off the size of the head. I'm going to mark 3 fingers down from that top mark that I made at the top of the page for the oval that will make the head. I'm going to draw the oval on a diagonal so that the top of the head is leaning back and the bottom kind of reaches forward for the profile. And now I'm going to draw the neck slightly behind the oval. I'm going to make sure that my torso, which I'm drawing next, is longer than my head. It's not going to be wider though, because this part of our rib cage is typically the same size as our skull. Next, I'm starting with the hips, and again, we're going to use a circle for the hips because they have that circular shape. And now I'm going to go ahead and start working on the legs. You can see that I've drawn a circle in the middle of the hips, and that's like the area that the legs are going to rotate around. And so my legs are also going to be longer than my skull, so I want to measure that before I start drawing the top part of the legs in. So right now I'm working on the top of the thighs, and I'm going to make sure that they're about the same size, and one leg is coming forward and the other leg is going back in this running pose. So I made sure to show one leg coming forward and the other going back. We want to keep in mind that we don't want to do those rainbow drop legs where the top is smaller than the bottom, so we want to make sure that at the places where the legs come out from the body, the leg is slightly larger. So I drew the bottom part of the leg that's reaching down to the ground, and now I'm going to angle this next section of the leg up on a diagonal because that leg is moving up in the running pose. Next, I'm going to draw the feet. The feet are about the same size as the head as we discovered in our last drawing, but one of the feet is moving down, and I later corrected this foot so that it was more in line with the ground. Next, I'm going to go ahead and draw a circle where the shoulders are, and again, those shoulders are going to rotate out of one point because that's how our body works. And I'm going to measure from where the bottom section of the arm goes, which is around the waist, and I'm going to use that size to get the top part of my arm, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on the bottom section of the arm and a circle for my hand. And again, when we run, one part of our body goes forward, the other part goes back, so this arm is going back. And so I'm angling this arm back, and the arm is actually, the lower arm is coming down. And so again, I'm going to use the fist as a circle. So right here, I need to clarify some space. I need to decide which arms and legs are going forward. So when I look at my mannequin, the arm that is closest to the viewer is the arm that is moving back. So I'm going to go ahead and reinforce that outline, and I'm going to erase the outline of the other arm going through the chest because we wouldn't be able to see that arm because it is behind our chest. I'm also going to erase this line that shows the chest because this arm is going in front of the chest. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that. So this is overlapping. And again, clarifying the line from the chest. I'm going to go ahead and start drawing the neck, the line that comes down from the front and the back of the neck, and I'm going to start clarifying the area around the hips. So again, I need to decide which leg is in front and which leg is behind. So the leg that's moving in front is the leg that's closest to the viewer because the arms that are in front are moving back. Our bodies usually do opposite of what the other limb is doing. So I'm going to go ahead and emphasize the line that comes forward from the hips and erase the hips that are going back, because we wouldn't be able to see those hips because this hip that's coming forward is in front of it. So I'm going to make sure there's a line there that shows that that leg is coming forward. And all along as I go, I'm erasing things that I don't need anymore. I'm going to go ahead and draw in the knee joint right here as a circle to help me get a better shape for the legs. And I'm going to start joining the ovals here at the legs and erasing the original ovals just so that it all kind of makes a little bit more sense and looks more like a real knee. And again, the leg is going to join the foot. I'm going to start shaping this more as a foot and go back again. The leg that's coming towards the front needs a little bit of adjustments. So I can work a little bit more on the shape here. So now that I've finished the legs, I'm going to go back to the arms and go ahead and erase the ovals and join both sections of the arms together. This one is a little bit easier than the front standing pose. Draw the elbow there. Erase some of those other marks. Go ahead and erase that circle that used to be the neck. This is what your drawing will look like when you're done. We'll add some more details next time.